careers are also about looking back and saying, what did I achieve as an individual? What did I contribute, whether it's to an organization, to society, whatever you do. If you look at the three phases of my career, medicine, I think medicine, it's not so much the science that you learn, it's the way, the methodology of working, it's the thought process, it's the work ethic. Those aspects actually I picked up with my time in medicine. Besides a lot of contacts and friends that I picked up in medicine. In Bausch & Lomb, it was completely different. It was all about business, understanding how big businesses operate, how international operations work, international cultures work. The third phase, when I joined the not-for-profit, unfortunately, it hasn't lived up to my expectation, I've got to say, because fundamentally what I believe is the not-for-profit cannot be run with a non-business attitude. Business does not always have to mean for-profit. The discipline of business. What does a business mean basically is to get things done. Because if you can't get things done, you can't do anything in a business. I think that discipline does not really exist in the not-for-profit sector. I really got tired. I mean, it's not a question of being there, done that, but I'd spent 16 years in the corporate life. I'd seen the whole world. I'd traveled around the world, lived across the world. And my wife also, who's a professor at the All India Institute, wanted to come back and actually, so we wanted to actually spend more time together with the children were growing up. So there were personal reasons, there were also professional reasons that I wanted to gather. I've got to say I was a little disillusioned with the not-for-profit sector. Which is not to say it's a blanket statement that all not-for-profit sectors are not efficiently run. It's just that I felt it's difficult. There's a certain mindset in the not-for-profit sector that I was uncomfortable about. It's not the chalta hai attitude, it's just that someone gives you money and you don't respect the fact that that is a resource given to you and you must deploy it very effectively. Joining the social sector it's greatly rewarding and stuff, but it's also a big downer. You have to look deep within yourself before making that plunge. So you've got to be mentally prepared as to why you're doing it. Find something, and you've got to find something that you're really passionate about. It's a huge space that you can make a career for yourself. You can, be extremely happy. But if you do things for the wrong reason, and also, a lot of people get into this thinking, there's financial security in this. The reality is there's not a lot of financial security. So you've got to make that clear. I'm not saying don't do it because there's no financial security, but you've got to be clear, you're not going to be driving a BMW 7 Series if you're in the social sector. Very unlikely. You might, but it's very unlikely because that's not the value system that operates in the social sector. Unfortunately, you've got to have a lot of tolerance. You can't be impatient. Things happen very slowly, and it's true that social change does not happen overnight. So be prepared for that. You've got to keep plugging away at it, and change does happen. But it's also don't expect to meet the brightest of bright. Unfortunately, we don't attract, and that's the reality of the social sector.